Welcome to VARINDIA News Hour. 74% of Indian employers agreed for hybrid working in the future, says Poly Research. The new Poly study, Recruit, Retain and Grow, analyzes work policies, culture and wellness through the lens of over 2,500 global business decision makers, of which 102 Indian companies participated. The Indian companies surveyed reported that employees should have the flexibility to choose the way they work, with over 90% of employers agreeing that employees should be given the right to request flexible working from day one. Additionally, Indian companies are worried about the long-term impact on employee wellness due to the shift to hybrid work. For example, 54% of the surveyed companies reported that employers worry about an unhealthy culture of overworking and agree that culture and workforce wellness trends during hybrid working needs to be relooked. Companies are aware of the dangers of pushing their employees too hard. With hybrid work, it has become more difficult to protect employees' time as there are fewer physical interactions and managers can't monitor working hours as easily as they could when people are in the office. Overwork and burnout are real dangers, so companies must find a way to address these potential problems before they start to lose staff. The report highlights globally, over 59% of organizations believe that if they don't address their hybrid work processes and plans, they will lose staff and will be unable to attract new talent. 74% of Indian employers agree with this trend. Strategy and equality for hybrid workers are areas of concern. Less than half, or 48% of all organizations globally and in the APAC region are fully prepared for hybrid working, while 37% of global companies are prepared only in the short term. In India, the statistics are slightly higher than the worldwide average, with close to 63% of Indian employers responding that they are fully prepared for hybrid work. Productivity has increased since the shift to hybrid work. 72% of the companies that were surveyed globally saw an increase in the productivity due to the change of hybrid work. The productivity increase in the APAC region was slightly higher than the global average, 74%. In India, close to 86% of the surveyed companies reported increased productivity levels since the shift to hybrid working. The survey insights in India showcase how the pandemic has shifted priorities for organizations and their employees. Several employers have raised concerns about retaining staff in a hybrid work setup. Let's look into today's headlines in VARINDIA. Government introduces Criminal Procedure Identification Bill in Lok Sabha. The government introduced Criminal Procedure Identification Bill in the Lok Sabha to provide legal sanction to the police to take physical and biological samples of convicts as well as persons accused of crimes. Union Minister of State Ajay Mishra Teni introduced the bill, claiming that the move was required to make provisions for the use of modern techniques to capture and record appropriate body measurements. However, the opposition dubbed the measure as illegal and unconstitutional but got defeated as only 58 members were against the bill. ZenithComputers re-enters the Indian market. ZenithComputers announced its return to India's PC and laptop market with comprehensive product development as well as distribution strategy. The comeback of the brand is believed to be driven by a series of high-end, performance-based equipment and devices targeted towards new-age enterprises and individual consumers. The company is getting ready to disrupt the fastest evolving laptop and PC space with its high-on-innovation DNA. Chalo acquires Vogo. Mumbai-based mobility startup Chalo has acquired Vogo Automotive, a tech-enabled shared mobility startup. As a part of this acquisition, the company is switching to electric vehicles across its fleet. Vogo will expand Chalo's bus technology services by powering first and last mile rides at major bus stops and other public places, enabling crores of bus users to easily travel to and from bus stops. European Commission introduces new cybersecurity regulations. The European Commission has proposed two new regulations to establish common cyber and information security measures across the bloc with an aim of strengthening flexibility and response capacity against a range of cyber threats. Under the proposed cybersecurity regulation, all European Union institutions, bodies, offices and agencies will be required to have cybersecurity frameworks in place for governance, risk management and control. RajSubramaniam to be the new CEO of FedEx. The US multinational courier delivery giant FedEx announced Indian-American RajSubramaniam as the new Chief Executive Officer of FedEx. Subramaniam would replace Chairman and CEO Frederick W. Smith, who will now be its Executive Chairman. Previously, in his role as President and Chief Operating Officer of FedEx Corporations, Subramaniam was President and CEO of FedEx Express. He also served as Executive Vice President and Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of FedEx Corporations, where he was responsible for developing the corporate strategy. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to VARINDIA News Magazine. You can download the VARINDIA app from Google Play Store and Apple App Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.